All right, in Lesson 5, we're going to be exploring how college can be different from high school. And I know we just recently talked about our options, and maybe you weren't thinking that college would be an option, but it is important to know your rights as a student with a disability in the future. So in case, right now you might not be considering college, but in the future that might be an option, so we want you to know your rights.
Absolutely. All right, so we're going to just kind of go back and forth, and the first thing that is different is identification. So in high school, a student is identified as having a disability by the school district. So District 155 or your previous school district identifying you as having an IEP.
However, in college, that's not the case. Somebody's not going to come to you and say you have a disability, you need services. You have to register with a disability service office saying that you had a disability and that was previously identified and that you would like to continue to receive services. So you now are the driver of that.
Also, privacy. In high school, information is shared with your parents or guardians. So if you're not doing well and you're failing your science class, your teacher's going to call your parent and let them know.
And in college, that's not going to happen. So you are 18, you're an adult, and the school cannot communicate with anyone other than you about what is going on with your status. So you have to share that information with your parents if that is something they want to know.
Determination of services. In high school, you are provided with accommodations that are based on what is talked about at your IEP meeting. So it's laid out by your teachers, by your parents, what accommodations you're going to get.
And in college, again, you have to self-identify, you have to advocate for what accommodations that you will need. So that's why it's very important to understand what is helpful to you and to know what accommodations you are entitled to.
School day is a little bit different. In high school, students have specific times for each class, and the day is very structured. So it goes from 7:25 to 2:50 every single day.
And in college, you have maybe a class that meets Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday. There's a lot more unstructured time within your school day. And it's important then that you use that time outside of school to prepare for your classes.
Also, that means that you might think, oh, I could sleep in today. I don't need to go to my math class today. But you have to remember that's money that you are wasting if you decide to sleep in and don't go.
Yeah, and what they talk about in college is this time, and for every hour that you're in class, usually 2 hours of outside of class you're supposed to be spending time. So that's how it's different from in high school.
Yeah, in high school you might get away with not sitting for finals, or you might get away with not doing one assignment, but every assignment counts in college. For assessments in high school, a lot of your exams are usually memorizing facts, identifying information, recalling facts. It's different in college.
Yeah, in college, you have to do a lot more application. In some of your classes, you've been getting to that point, but in college, it's a lot of essays and talking about how you got to that or projects, so a lot of more application of your information. So understanding what the information is and then giving out a product.
And then deadlines are different too. In high school, the teacher might remind you 5 different times that your project is due.
Or your access teacher.
Yes. They're going to say, remember, you have a test on Friday. Remember to study.
And in college, sometimes the teacher won't even talk about the deadline. You're just expected to know it because it's written down in a course syllabus that you received. So you are expected to keep track and know those deadlines.
That's one of the most important things that we would recommend is that syllabus that you get at the very beginning of all of your college classes. That is a roadmap to your class. You have to look that over, put all the dates that are in the syllabus in your planner. Otherwise, you're going to be lost.
All right, so there is an additional video that's really fantastic that we found. It's a little cheesy.
A little cheesy.
But we would like you to also watch that video. They will go into depth. It's 2 people talking about the differences between college and high school. And then in your blog, we'd like you to reflect on 5 of those differences, either that we talked about or that you saw in the additional video.
Mention the cheesiness of the video, too. Just talk about how cheesy it is.
And maybe how you would change the video if you were to do it. Thanks.